So, As-Sabiqun is developing the platform to lead us into New Worldism, which we would believe that this New Worldism, that the earth cleanup, let's say it takes 20 years. Okay. Could be 15, could be 25, we don't know. In the meantime, we have to have an alternative system to get us there. This system won't get us there. The system that we have now. So we're going to have a collective. This part is not an individual or a small group. This is national and international. When they say about global warming, everybody got to be in on that. Because if the U.S. pulls out a global warming thing, right, and it pollutes more than anybody, what the heck? Because everybody else gonna say, man, forget it. We just gonna pollute too. Right? If the Japanese keep hunting whales and calling it, what do they call it? We're doing whale studies. Japanese love whale meat and all that. Can you imagine? You gotta stop. The Chinese gotta say we don't need any more ivory for chess pieces and all of that, right? Because they're killing all elephants. In other words, all our desires, the things that we desired from the past, are out of there. We got to learn how to control that. Why? Because if they, I was listening to one program, they killed some elephants for their tusks, and then they poisoned the meat. The elephant poisoned the meat because the buzzards circle wherever, so they didn't want no buzzards. The buzzards would eat that, and then they die. Yes, they would. This is the poachers. They're diabolical but smart. You know what I mean? Because everybody, you look at the Western Union, they think the buzzards are circling around, and they do. And if it's something dead out there, I look right there on my workout thing, and I said, "That's a big old bird." I said, "That's a doggone buzzard." Because he could smell. Let's see, find this thing. It's back on the house. It's somewhere around here, close. Now this is the miracle of everything. We are talking about this. We're right here in the Southeast. We're African Americans. Nobody in the world expects us to be here talking about this subject today. If we was out there dancing and sliding down the street, that's what they do. If we were talking about them time the police killing black people, but nobody, all the flyers we've been had for years, nobody expected that this is what we've been talking about. And when they wrote articles in the newspapers about us over 12 years ago, it said then that our allies during this time, right, could we save the whales people, earth firsters. You remember those articles? Okay. So the same, it's not, what we're saying today is not new. We've been here all the time. I mean, we've been here a long, long time. But in many cases in the Quran, even it says about those people return good for evil, and da-da-da-da. This is going to be for the people who sabara. They have sabbath. They're able to check themselves, contain themselves, and tie themselves. That's what it means. It means patience, the ability to endure over long periods of time. All of our talks from the very beginning has been on the subject of long, protracted struggle. Never the short run. Everybody that approaches us, they always come up with short range stuff. I wouldn't take that, I would do this. You're doing nothing. You think we'd let a first, third grader, maybe can read third grade stuff, pull us off the biggest game we are playing right now in the biggest game in the world. It's bigger than anybody that, now Malcolm and others, they went and they visited these places, but they never had it down pat enough they got first base, first everything with the people, when they talk about countries today, they're talking about mainly Iran, Iraq. The spokesman for the president of Iraq was one of my best friends. You know, the people that took over, when you read our programs from the 80s, you remember, everybody that's in now was on the outset. All those big scholars, they went back to Iraq. They were Shias. Rashid Ghanouchi and all those people, when they came back to Tunisia, they got a little smart. You know, Ghanouchi said, well, we don't want power, we're going to share power. They were smart. They made mistakes, but they wasn't like in Egypt. All of our friends were out. And then all of a sudden, they're all in. All of the programs, experiences that we had was to teach us, right? To elevate our consciousness, to prepare us for what we're doing now. That's what and the system. When they come against you to slow down your road, to divert your train, you all got the freedom train headed down, and they try to divert your train, your freedom train, mislead you, all kind of stuff. You look at where we are now, right now. They drove us right around to the exit. They've taken our train right around to the front door. Just like they did in '68, just like they did in the '70s. Everything that was happening was to teach and train. All of those lessons, you have to learn human nature. What's going to teach you human nature? That you live in situations where your life is in jeopardy all the time. If you're in South America, you're the only Negro down there, everybody else is Colombians, Peruvians, Mexicans when you're in Mexico. And you're doing deals with all of that money? You gotta learn human nature. You got to learn human nature. You won't be around 2 weeks if you don't. You got to learn, it has to become second nature. How to rock people to sleep, how to ease them up out of it. It becomes second nature. You don't say, I am rocking them to sleep when you're talking to people. But you're conscious. You're conscious of your environment. When you walk in, you're conscious. The first thing you do, you don't, but you would have picked up who everybody is, where they from, what they do. Just like that, because your life is threatened. For being in that environment. It makes you sharper, smarter. You know when things are out of place. I knew the government was behind most of what we was doing in South America. You know why? Because it's the only black guy down there. In those days, I was tall, 6'2", that was tall than me, especially in Colombia. When me and my partner walked down a big street called 707, we were one head above everybody because the people are short. We looked like giants. I was in the swimming pool one time and I was standing up and the Colombian would say, "Apilla, apilla." You know, are you standing up? Are you apilla, you know. P-Dex in the sign says, peg, you know, standing, walking. Pedestrian, yeah, walking. Apilla, apilla. I said, yeah, I'm standing up. In the swimming pool, he would have drowned in that swimming pool. So he was knowing how deep that was the deepest part of the pool. For them, they didn't have no 10 feet, they had 6 feet. Because they would have drowned in 10 feet. Apilla, I said, yeah, I'm standing up, I'm standing up. So, the point is everything is for a reason. Now, we're going somewhere else. People need heroes, they need lessons, they need possibility thinking. Just like when some of those motivational speakers use themselves as an example to motivate other people, to show, see, I did it, you can do it. Okay, we're not talking about ourselves and all of this now, but we're saying to the people, you can do this. This new worldism, it's not just for white folks, it's for everybody. And for us as a people, you know, people pay attention to us all the time. You know, people around the world, they like Negro. They may not like white folks, or they may be in rapport to white folks, but they like Negroes. Oh, you know Muhammad Ali? Yeah, man, I had a picture of Muhammad Ali at myself. I said, look at here. You know Muhammad Ali? Of course I do. I know everybody. Hey, man. People like us. People like us for a myriad of reasons. They like us. They know what we've been through. They know what we've overcome. And they would think that they couldn't have done that. You know. But every people come through stuff. Man, what the Indians go through in South America and all that, they're going through it today. All people going through, look at the Palestinians, our brothers in Palestine. The brothers in Grozny, you know, right under the Soviet Union, Chechnya. I like that some of the pictures, it was such and such degrees, and they were out there like almost not with their shoes was out. But it reminded me of when I was in Denmark. In Denmark, I was walking by, I was in Copenhagen first, then I went out to a town called Roskilde. Roskilde is what it was a 30-minute ride on the train. The kings of Danish kings, all of them are buried out in Roskilde. So anyway, when I would be going to the train station in the morning, or taking my one morning walk, I see all the little babies sitting out there in a carriage by themselves. They would be bundled up, these little white babies, they would be white too. They would be just sitting there playing with their little thing hanging out in their little baby carriage. Their parents put them outside every morning so they would get accustomed to the cold. And I would go by a construction site, it's freezing cold. And the construction workers would have clouds on. You know the clouds with the backhoe out? So, if you're trained for something, it's hard on other people. The people in Chechnya, it was so cold, we would all have to sit this minute. Because I know how I'm trying to open a door and my hands are so cold. I said, man, I just hope I can get this little key in here and go on about my business. They wouldn't even be cold enough. They have no gloves on or nothing. Just give me that key, brother. Because that's what they're accustomed to. See, Allah acclimatizes all people to be able to deal with. A lot of people could not deal with this European. That's why, look, how many people talk bad about white folk, the government. They mumble, but they ain't out in the street like they used to be, right? Because the European let them know we mad. If you come out here, we're going to be mad. That's all. So they don't come out. And we can't go out or we just be out there by ourselves. You know, we just be out there all by our lonesome, which we'll do if we want to. Anyway, let me speed up. Where we are and the work that we're doing. You know, you got to look at, we're property owners right here in D.C. We're actually property owners. We're actually property owners. We own a piece of property here in D.C. We own close to the same amount out in California. But it's just in 3 plots, it's not all over. Other people are almost homeless and starving to death and they can't hardly pay bills. And we oppressed and fines all up to here. And it ain't no sweat. Something's going on. Something is going on. And I'm going to get to that, what that something is in just a minute. I'll go back here. I know y'all might get tired of hearing this. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu reported that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, wealth is not in vast richness, but wealth is in self-contentment. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu reported that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, truly, Allah says, O son of Adam, find leisure for my service. Then I shall fill up your heart with contentment, and I shall shut up your poverty. And if you do not do it, I shall keep your hand engaged in work, and I shall not close the door to your poverty. This is our theme song here. Because this mission, our assignment, is leisure. It is really leisure. It's not like, oh man, I gotta get up and do this, and I gotta do. It's nothing like that at all. And now, we have to share that with other people. That's what all these videos and talks We have to share that with other people so other people can realize that if we can do it, they can do it. But not only that, it's necessary now. See, it's not, oh, if you're into the 1700s or the 1500s or the 1600s, 20th century, if certain things you didn't do, no big deal. Like the earth is just to continue to spin. It ain't like that now. If we don't straighten this thing out in a hurry, we, us, the human being, we don't know what the consequences are. We don't know. You know, when you go out on a journey, they have a point of no return. If you're going 3,000 miles to Europe, if you're 1,400 miles this side, 1,200 miles, you can turn around and come back. But if you're 1,600 miles or 1,500 miles right in the middle, you might as well keep going because it's as far back as it is getting to the place. It's called a point of no return. We have no idea that if we take the earth up to a certain stage, will it rejuvenate itself without catastrophic? Of course it will rejuvenate itself. The earth, they say, got 4.5 billion years to go. It says it's been here 4.5 billion years. Whatever happens, we know the sun is going to eventually burn up. And the earth is going to freeze. I mean, right? This is not. But the changes that the earth goes through, we don't know. We might go through a couple of thousand years of this earth just saying, you human being, you're a cancer. I'm getting rid of you guys. I'm finished. I had enough. You wouldn't listen. You got me sick. Oh, everything is sick. And he'll blast the human being. The earth will. It's a living organism. The earth will take care of these people here. It's already doing it on a small level. And they're not listening. If they burn down California, the new normal they call it. Well, a new normal in Texas is drowning everybody. The new normal in Florida is 6 hurricanes, 50 hurricanes a month or a week, right? And it ain't nobody saying, well, that's it, finished. That means our lives, hey man, it's not only us